Good morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock. If you'll stand with me, we will begin with a prayer and a pledge of allegiance. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you once again for a bit of rain. We just pray for this Commissioners Court meeting, Lord, that your will would be done in each and every matter on this agenda. We thank you for your presence here with us, and we just turn it over to you. We thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died for our sins. Bless us this day. Take us away from here to wherever everyone is going, and keep us safe and in your ever watch care. We ask it in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, once again, welcome to our first Commissioners Court meeting of the month. It's 9 a.m. on October 14th, 2013. And I'll start with item number 1, public comments and or requests for information on non-agenda items. Has anybody asked to speak, or would anyone like to address the court at this time? All right, item number 2. We've got a string of these because we've been having several meetings. We've got 2 sets of minutes from September 23rd, also the 27th, and then one from October 3rd. I'll begin with the first one, which was our workshop that we had to discuss building space needs on September 23rd. So I'll ask for a motion to approve those minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion by Commissioner Hinton and a second by Commissioner Fields to approve the meeting from September 23rd to discuss building space. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And there are none. Item number 3, consider and possibly approve minutes from also September 23rd, special meeting, our second meeting of the month of Commissioners Court.
I also make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, thank you. Motion by Commissioner Hinton.
Second.
And second by Commissioner Fields. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Moving on to September 27th, another special meeting of the Commissioners Court. I'll ask for a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hinton.
Second.
And second by Commissioner Fields. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And lastly, item number 5. This was our insurance workshop from last week, week 4. Ask for a motion to approve those minutes for the October 3rd meeting.
So moved.
Second by, motion by Commissioner Hinton and second by Commissioner Fields. All in favor of approval of those minutes say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Item number 6, we have a special presentation here, and Steve Austin, our Veteran Service Officer, has been so good to put this together, and this is a special occasion. We don't get to do this very often, Steve, so tell us about this special item you've got for us.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is
Is that on? Will you flip that switch toward?
Yeah,
is it on? Okay, good.
This is a special occasion for me as well. I don't get the privilege to do this very often, but we have a posthumous award of the Bronze Star Medal to World War II veteran Charlie H. Peckham. The family has been good enough to bring pictures, photographs of Mr. Peckham. This one of him in uniform with his wife, and we have another picture up here that we can circulate. But this is who we're honoring today, one of our World War II veterans. We do have some of his family in attendance, and they will be receiving the award when we make the presentation. And at the presentation of the certificate and the Bronze Star Medal, we will play taps, as it is a posthumous award. The protocol for the salute for taps would be right hand over the heart, and we'll face the flag when we do that. But this medal award comes from a program that was initiated by General Omar Bradley, result of World War II fighting. All recipients of the Combat Infantry Badge and Combat Medic Badge were authorized to receive the Bronze Star Medal. In research and the Bureau of Human Resources researched the record and found that it was approved to be issued to Mr. Peckham, and in view of his passing, it would be a posthumous award. I do have the medal in hand, and the citations read as follows. He is awarded the Combat Infantryman Badge as of May 11, 1944 for actions in Italy. For the officers and enlisted men, he is awarded the Combat Infantry Badge for exemplary conduct in action against the enemy. Mr. Peckham, PFC Peckham, was a anti-tank gunner, crewman on a 37mm gun in Italy in conflict there. That was in May of 1944, and then in June of 1944, he was awarded the Bronze Star Medal, and the award reads as follows. To all of us shall see these President's greetings. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America is authorized by Executive Order 24 August 1962 has awarded the Bronze Star Medal Private Charlie H. Peckham, Army of the United States, for meritorious achievement in active ground combat against the enemy on 9 June 1944 while serving with the Anti-Tank Company of the 361st Infantry Regiment, 91st Infantry Division in Italy. Private Peckham's composure on the battlefield and devotion to duty aided the Wild West Division successful efforts to defeat the determined enemy resistance near Velletri, Italy. Private Peckham's exemplary performance of duty in active ground combat was in keeping with the highest traditions of military service and reflects great credit upon himself, his unit, and the United States Army. Given under my hand, the City of Washington, D.C., 5th day of July, Secretary of Defense, John W. Hughes. And this is the actual Bronze Star Medal, ribbon, lapel pin, and it is engraved on the back with his name. Family of Mr. Peckham will rise. And if you come forward to receive the presentation, Your Honor. Reverse side as is been. It's on the back side.
Yes, sir, I do.
Show it off to everybody here after. I'm going to take that off so it shows up better.
No reflection.
What are you going to get? I'm going to walk you all out. You get a little bit closer here. Why don't you hold that? Make sure that you look a little bit so you can see that. Okay.
All right, that's a picture. Actually, good job. That's one of it. Get a second one. That's correct. Okay. Let's get some pictures. Oh, this is a big picture. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Y'all, please stand for the flag of tag.
Thank y'all very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
All right, item numbers 7 and 8 are related to our loop project. Item number 7 is to consider and possibly approve a resolution of the Commissioners Court relating to the conveyance of right-of-way acquired for the loop projects. That includes 271, 2348, and FM 1000 to the state of Texas.
Make that motion.
I'm going to read this first.
Okay.
A resolution of the Commissioners Court of Titus County, Texas, relating to the conveyance of the right-of-way acquired for the loop projects. Whereas Titus County executed a pass-through agreement with the state of Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation to develop 3 projects, US 271, FM 2348, and FM 1000, collectively known as the loop. And whereas the agreement requires Titus County to acquire the right-of-way necessary for the development of the loop, and upon completion of each individual highway improvement, convey all ownership of the new right-of-way to the state of Texas through TxDOT. And whereas the agreement also requires Titus County to provide TxDOT title insurance in the name of the state of Texas as the insured owner for the new right-of-way acquired for each individual highway improvement. Now therefore be it resolved by the Commissioners Court of Titus County, Texas, that the county judge is authorized to execute all documents necessary to secure title insurance and convey ownership of the right-of-way to the state of Texas, approved on this 14th day of October 2013. And I have a motion from Commissioner Fields. Second. And a second by Commissioner Hockaday. All those in favor of the approval of this resolution say aye. Aye. Opposed? And there are none. I'm going to sign this, and I'll ask each of you to provide your signatures as well. And item number 8 is to consider and possibly approve a resolution relating to amendment number 2 to the pass-through agreement.
That is amendment number 2.
Whereas Titus County executed a pass-through agreement on September 5th, 2007 with the state of Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation to develop 3 highway improvement projects, 271, 2348, and 1000. And whereas the agreement requires Titus County to submit an engineer certification of completion and convey all new right-of-way and easements to the state through the department at the time of or prior to the completion of each individual highway improvement as a condition to opening the completed highway improvement. And whereas the department and Titus County agree that for the benefit of the traveling public, it is more advantageous to open each individual highway improvement to traffic upon reaching substantial completion, with substantial completion being defined as all travel lanes open to traffic as approved by the department, and no further work is remaining that requires lane closures affecting the mobility of the traveling public. And whereas the department is drafting amendment number 2 to the pass-through agreement to reflect this modification and will forward to Titus County for execution. Now therefore be it resolved by the Commissioners Court of Titus County, Texas, that the county judge is authorized to execute amendment number 2 to the pass-through agreement upon receipt to allow for each highway improvement to be open to traffic once substantial completion is achieved, approved on this 14th day of October 2013. This was a slight modification, again, just to clarify, that will allow us to open each segment as it's completed, because we know they're not all going to be finished at the same time, and therefore we can get each one opened as quickly as possible rather than waiting, of course, until the very final project is complete. And so there were some minor adjustments that we had to make, and I was in the Atlanta office, I guess that was on Thursday, to discuss this. And we're all in agreement. We've got the wording worked out, and everybody understands what's expected to be provided to TxDOT before we can remove the road closed signs and officially open each road. And we are not very far at all from opening up the 2348. As you know, many people are already traveling up and down that, but we want to make it official so that we can start using these wonderful roads as quickly as possible. So I'll ask for a motion to approve this if you are ready.
I make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Fields and second by Commissioner Hockaday to approve this resolution of the court to allow amendment number 2 to the pass-through agreement. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And there are none. And once again, I'll ask for your signature on this document. All right, item number 9. Consider and possibly approve an interlocal agreement that will allow Titus County to participate in the Texas Effective Absentee System for Elections. This is the EASE, E-A-S-E grant project. And Leonard Rockwell is going to give us some further explanation.
About 6 months ago, along with 50 other counties, applied to be part of a grant process that would provide a grant to pay a group called Democracy Live. And what this is simply is we're trying to make easier for people, citizens that don't reside in this country, whether it's military or have to be working outside the country, easier way for them to get the ballot and vote. Last year, the state changed the law where we got a 45-day turnaround how to get the ballots out to military people. There's 45 days ahead of time. And what this system would do is that this company has provided a website, all the software, and everything that's needed, the security and everything that's needed to provide ballots to overseas people by email. In other words, they can, we would send them the different ballot styles. They'd be able to go to the website, determine if they were in Commission's Precinct 2 or Commission's Precinct 4, download the appropriate ballot, vote the ballot, then mail it back, and that's where your time comes in when you got to mail it and wait to be delivered somewhere to where that military person is stationed and then get it back. The law already provides for us to email the ballot to the military people. But the problem is a lot of times, you know, they move around. They might be stationed here. The email might change, different circumstances. But this company would have a website, no matter where they were in the world, they'd be able to go to that website, download the ballot, and know that it's insured by a lot of security. I don't understand all of the security that's out there, but it's insured by a lot of security. We checked out. A lot of federal government, this program is bipartisan, support Democrats and Republicans. These 50 counties have approved it. And just like I said, some way to get the ballot to the soldiers where they can vote and get back on time, and the ballot will be counted. Now, this grant is going to take care of it for 5 years. For 5 years, Titus County will not owe anything. After the 5-year period, we want to continue to participate in the program. It's been a good program. The commissioners think that we'll continue in it. Then it's based up on a usage, like 50 voters, then you would pay a certain fee. 100 voters based up on the number of people that would be using it from Titus County. There'll also be a feature on it where we could put up a sample ballot, even for people that's not out of the country, maybe requesting a ballot by mail because they're working out of town in another city. They could have a sample ballot up, and they would always know this website is going to be there for them to go and pull
So it's a lot of features to it. And I think it's you know, a good program. And, so we're asking Dave to give us permission to sign off on this local agreement with Rockwall County. Rockwall County, rather than having 50 little contracts, Rockwall County has acted as the lead county, and we'll be contracting with Rockwall County on behalf of this consortium. So,
Then like a question, is there any money going to run through the account for it? No money.
the grants pay for everything.
Who runs this? Who owns this website? George Soros?
Sorry.
Who owns this website that this is going to go through?
It's called Democracy Live.
Live. Who owns it? Do you know who owns it? Is it who owns the website?
Is it a government website or a privately owned website, Dean?
It's a privately owned website, but they work with FBAPS, the Federal Voter Assistance Program. They're the ones that I even work with them now from my local office, but they work with FBAP to make sure that all the soldiers are aware of this website and know that website exists, so they always know to go to that website and look for voting information, see if it's election coming up, or see if they need to download the ballot or anything.
Well, I think most people are aware, if they read the paper regularly, that these websites are ripe for fraud. For instance, Oregon, since they went to the computers, it's been just absolutely ridiculous. And I think that's been all over the country. And if I was a soldier voting on a website, and they don't have access to computers and stuff like civilians do, so I wouldn't like it at all. I think it's just it's another way to create fraud. Who knows who sent filled out that ballot? You know, the commanding officer might at a place. They have a computer available to the soldiers, but the commanding officer, somebody's in charge of it. He may fill them out like he wants to and put their names on it. Nobody will know. I think it's a bad deal.
Well, the last before the last election, we did email. There's quite a few people on the federal postcard application that the military fills out. There's a place they indicate how they want to receive the ballot. Several people checked that they want to receive it by email, and we had to email the ballot material to them, and they print it out. And you can't email it back. You got to print it out, sign it, and send it back. Because when they send it back, the process is the early ballot board processes it like they do any mail ballot, which means that we got a document there with this voter's name on it, this military person's name on it. And they compare that signature with the signature that comes back with the ballot in it. So
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, but to have an email ballot come back, that don't have a signature on it.
Well, the ballot doesn't come back by email. The ballot must come back by regular mail. All this is allowing them to do, as I understand, is to download a blank ballot. And how do they have approval or the ability to do that? In other words, who's limited to having access to that website?
This company will provide, once the military person contacts them, they'll provide a password and everything so that soldier can protect their confidentiality. They can provide them with a password, and they only have that password, and they can download the ballot. And of course, they got to, like I said, print it off. Just like right now, if we don't participate in this, we keep. On the application that I have, they say they want to receive a ballot email. I have to email that ballot. I email that ballot to the email address that they provide. They print it out, open the ballot, they sign it, and put it in an envelope that's supposed to be, that they have to print off of the website, print off the email as well. And they sign that ballot envelope and send it back. And now we have, like I said, we have two signatures to compare to see if that signature is similar, matches the signature that we have on file. If we don't participate in this program, it's just, if it doesn't change anything about the security, the only thing this program does is make it easier for people overseas and military to get them. If the military person does not, a person overseas does not want to get an email, we still do the regular mail ballot from here. It goes to wherever they are and come back. But this process just simply makes it easier. And also there's no, if I email it back, there's no tracking information. This company tracks it so that the individual knows that, okay, even if they have to do an application, my application for ballot has been received. We report when the ballot's mailed out. They can find out if the ballot's been mailed out, if the ballot's been mailed back. If I receive it, then it's the same information we keep, but we report it to this company so that that individual that's overseas, a military person, can also have the same information. Because they're not able to get on the phone and call us, did you receive my ballot? So now they'll have the same information by this website to know that my ballot got back. They recorded it and so my ballot was received back.
What signature are they comparing to? Once they receive that ballot back from overseas with a signature on it, what signature are they comparing it to?
Okay. Before we can mail a ballot, we have to have, it's just a regular citizen, just like in Mount Pleasant, if you want to receive a mail ballot, you have to fill out an application for ballot or mail, and you got to sign the application. If you're military, you do what you call a front postcard application, and they're good for 2 years. They also have to sign that front postcard application. So
do they do that at every election or just one time?
Well, if you're a regular citizen, you just...
No, I'm talking about for the military person.
They're good for 2 years. The application is good for 2 years. So this organization also notified him that, hey, your application is expiring. It's 2 years old, so they know that they need to get a new application. So it does a lot of things, but as far as the security, it's been approved, and they've proved that they got the security that they need. Somebody can't spray the website and do something.
But once they have email, once they have the ability to go online and get this application, or get this ballot, what do they do? Where do they send their application every 2 years? They have to mail a hard copy application somewhere?
Well, no, they can, the application is available through the Secretary of State's office, and of course the military makes those applications available as well. They just have to send applications to the place where they are registered to vote. And that has to be on file in the county wherever they are registered to vote. And then that, like I said, it's good for 2 years. And, after 2 years, they may move whatever, may get out of the military, be stationed at another place, or maybe, in the States a few months, go back overseas. So that's good for 2 years. It's going to be, good for 2 years. That's the same way they are now. But the only thing this website does is just make it easier for people that are overseas and want to vote. Make it easier for them. We don't have to worry about the email address changed. They don't have an email anymore because they will be able to go to this website and download the ballot. And they'll always know this website's going to be there. They always know to look for it. They can get a sample ballot before they download it, all that. Then if the application is expiring, they're going to remind them that your application is expiring and you do a new application. But this is just another option for them. They're not required to do it at all. It's just if they want to, if they look at it, they feel like that. And FBAP is Federal Voting Assistance. They have approved this program. They're working with this company on this, and they are, they're an organization that's been around for a long time. This company's been doing this, but it's not, they didn't just start doing this. They've been doing it for a while. But like I said, nobody's going to be forced to participate in it. If they feel like that, it's a good deal and I want to participate, they can. Otherwise, they can keep telling me to email it to them and keep mailing it to them. But it's just another option that would make it easier for people that reside outside the country or the military to vote.
Do you have a good enough understanding about how it works to explain why an overseas criminal couldn't request, 100 ballots and mail in 100 ballots?
Well, like I said, what's going to have to happen is that you got to be registered to vote to participate in this. And if a military person is not registered to vote, but in the military, this application is used to register them to vote, and they have to meet the same requirements that everybody else has. You can't be a felon. You got to register to vote where you reside at. I mean, it's the same qualifications that everybody has to meet. Even though I know overseas citizens now, some people that we mail to that are not military, but they reside overseas for whatever reason. As long as they check that they have the intent to return, they can stay registered as a registered voter in Titus County or wherever they reside in the United States, and we have to send them a ballot.
So they have to make two mailings, essentially. They have to mail their request to be able to vote. You're calling that an application they have to do every 2 years. They have to mail that, then they have to mail their ballot.
The military's every 2 years, a citizen's every year.
Citizen is every year?
Yeah, they should, yeah.
And military every 2 years. So they've got to make two separate mailings. Mail one application with their signature, mail one ballot. And the only way that ballot is counted is if there is an application to match it up to, and your committee looks at those signatures and approves it. Okay.
And on this one, question, you're saying that on this, if we give this to an outside outfit, we're going to have to give them a list of our voters or last year or something, and then they're going to take care of that, the emailing it to the military, right? Now, are they going to be able to, you're saying that the soldier's going to be able to vote by email also, or is he going to have to mail a signature back?
Oh, even now with email, all we can do is mail a blank ballot. They got to print it out, vote it, and then mail it back. It can't be emailed back.
And they mail it back to you, not to the other company.
Yeah, they mail the ballot back to me. Yeah.
All ballots are counted here.
The information that we provide is public information. We're not giving them any confidential information, anything that anybody couldn't get with a request.
I'd like to know more about this before I could agree to it. I'd like to make a motion, we table it and discuss it some more, because I'm either misunderstanding, but we're just creating a voters list or soldiers list for people to take advantage of, in my opinion, and maybe not. But I'd like to study the situation and see for sure, understand it a little more.
How much time do we have to make a decision on this, Leonard?
Well, it's, they were trying to at least get it done by, they want to get it done by, so we can use it in November, but if not, by the end of the year, we'll get it done. But I got a copy of the agreement and a copy of frequently asked questions about the program. Also, the county judge in Rockwall County, would be a source, you can talk to him, and his county's kind of administering this for the other 50 counties that are part of the grant, so you can talk to him, and he would, I'm sure, be able to answer any questions. It's his county, it's the lead county. And it's,
okay. If we table it to October 28th, would that be acceptable? Okay. I've got a motion to table this item till the following meeting.
I just wanted to ask.
Okay.
Okay. Leonard, was this passed through the state legislators and all this approved and okayed through them? Or was it the Secretary of State that did this?
Electronic voting, as far as emailing the ballot and doing it electronically, that hadn't been approved by the state legislators. We started that last year.
Okay.
And it changed the form so that people overseas could indicate, I want my been doing this in other states, but Texas was just recently one of the states that expanded the way that you could receive your ballot.
Any other questions?
I got two little questions for you. Number one, clarification, those ballots have to be mailed 45 days early. It's too late to do it.
That's what I'm thinking. It ain't going to matter for this election.
The second thing is, can it be used in the primary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they want to vote in the Democratic primary or the Republican primary, they can do it.
Right.
So you would, it would still be a 45 day, they have to be about 45 days early for the primary. That's the one you need to make a decision.
Yeah, it is, got documentation on the primaries that it's just been approved for that as well. They've worked out a system that we use in primaries.
Okay.
Well, from what I'm looking at, and I don't have a problem since the 40, we're not going to be able to send it out in this special election anyway because it's going to be less than 45 days. But I know the state legislators have looked at that, and I have looked at some of that, and I knew they had passed it, or I thought they had passed the legislators. This is just another way of giving the service people an opportunity to vote if they want to vote. It's optional. It's left up to them. But
The only other question I might have, Mike, is if the state apparently has approved this particular company to provide this service. Yeah, they've already got it in place that you can buy, but you need to be sure. I'm sure they are.
well, I don't have a problem checking that out. But if Rockwall County's in it, I'm pretty sure it's been checked out. But we can back it up by checking it ourselves. So I don't have a problem tabling that, and I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Riddle and second by Commissioner Fields to table this item to let us have a chance to do a little more research. All in favor of tabling this, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Leonard. Appreciate it. Item number 10, consider and possibly approve a request from shelter agencies for families in East Texas, as we refer to Safety Crisis Center, for a county contribution in the amount of $5,000. And we have Carol and Tom Gresham here today. Carol, thank you for the work you do with safety. How long have you been doing this? Carol, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been working with safety? Long time. What?
That's what I asked for.
Well, where did,
We have 2,500.
well, I know we already had 2,500. Where did I see the 5,000?
You just said 5,000.
I did say 5,000. Well, that's what I read. No?
I'm not going to go through everything the safety does, because I know that, but I just did put some information together, just to update you on what we've done over the last year. And I know that the bottom, I showed you, use the Sheriff's Department for the walking, miles for shoes. It's an awareness event that we've been doing for the month of October. If you're not on Facebook, we explain what that is. We started out to do an actual walk, and most of the men who said they would put the shoes on and felt uncomfortable walking, we didn't want any accidents. And I know Larry was holding on to a post because he was unsteady with it. So we decided just to do a Facebook walk was something that everybody liked doing. So if you want to have some fun with it, they're red high heel shoes. Just go on to Safety Crisis on Facebook, and you can see all the pictures every day with somebody else on there.
I think Tim was
They were good sports, and I think everyone's had a lot of fun doing it, and it has brought the topic of domestic violence, which is kind of a taboo topic sometimes, to people talk about it. So, the other thing I gave you were some young files and some pencils. That's just something that we give out to places where we don't speak. They have a tool. If a woman, if somebody they need number on it. And we have different kinds of verbiage on our mail files. Some of them are for prevention, which we're big into. We go into emergency schools twice a week. Different classes, Courtroom and Wallace. We give away those pencils, which have bullying messages and respect and that kind of thing. So we do a lot aside from the shelter, which we're asking funds for our shelter staff. We've been reduced about 6% of the federal money, like every other department has. But we're not hurting. We're okay. We did lose our emergency shelter grant this year, which was $150,000. And what it means to families, we're not going to help people with utilities children, except for our program treatment. We'll try to put it in next year, but it looked to me like they were giving that money to the bigger cities. And let's work with the Department of Housing. They only had to keep up with a certain amount of, grants rather than spread it out. Does anybody have any questions about
Why don't you review for us, as well as the audience, again, what all services you provide?
Okay, we started in 1995.
Yep.
I can't hear you.
We can't hear her.
Pull it. You can pull that out of the cradle and talk into it more directly if you want, or you can remove it from that handle if you want to just pull it straight towards you. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Maybe you switched it off. Is there a red light on it?
Yeah.
No, still not. Try Carl's.
Try that one right there.
In 1990,
I think the batteries are dead.
can you hear me now? 1995 we began an emergency shelter for children in Titus County. We got state funding that next year, and we have just grown ever since that. There was sexual assault under shelter. Office of the Attorney General. We have funds from the governor's office for crime victims. And basically what we do is the shelter review. We have an attorney, part-time attorney, we do legal assistance, we go to court with clients. We have counseling. We have a prevention program, and we go out to the schools and we talk with the children. And we've done it since the time they were little, and we're following up them. We have three offices. One here, our main administration office, that we do most of our work from. And then we have one in Silver Springs and one in Paris. And we work with all the law enforcement, CASA, CPS, a lot. We go to CPS court a lot of times. And talk with clients that are drug addicted. We just, whatever that particular client needs, we work with them to find a resource in the community or outside the community and send them there or whatever. The other thing is human trafficking, which is a big thing nowadays, and now it's on television a lot. And we have a grant with Mosaic Family Services in Dallas to do outreach for human trafficking. We've had 3 families so far that we've referred to Dallas because they've been trafficked to. That kind of sums it up.
Thank you. Any questions? All right. We currently have budgeted $2,500.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This document that you sent me requests $5,000.
Oh, okay.
Did you change your mind, or was that maybe a mistake? I knew I got it somewhere, but I wasn't sure. 2,500 is the request. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion that we.
Motion by Commissioner Hockaday to approve the requested $2,500 for safety.
It's already in the budget. Are you asking to put an additional money?
No,
I'm not going
no.
to change it. There's no need for it.
Well, I guess we're making a formal. What's different than in past years is Carol has decided that each year she's going to come and ask for an opportunity to speak to us during the budget time, and we're a little bit late on that, but I just wanted to make it.
Since you've already approved the budget.
Well, and that was my understanding, is we were asking for a little bit more, and we needed to approve a little bit more. So, is there even a need for a motion on this one? Okay. Carol, we've got you covered for the $2,500, not the additional, but I'll invite you to come back again next year during budget time if you'd like to discuss. If we get to a point where you're needing some additional money, we can discuss that at that time. Okay. Tom, anything you've got to say? Thank you for coming. We appreciate your coming today. We really appreciate what you do for Titus County. Okay.
If you don't like the money, we're in the budget year, so I can send you the money whenever if you want it monthly or if you want it all at one time.
Whatever's most convenient for you, it doesn't matter.
I'll just start a check.
Good. That's what I'd do. Item number 11, considering possibly, on item number 10, we're not going to take any action because the request was $2,500, which is already in our current year's budget. Item number 11, consider and possibly approve a resolution to authorize the county to make a grant to NITO, Northeast Texas Opportunities, which is the Meals on Wheels program, in the amount of $1,372.75, which I believe is consistent with what we have been doing for NITO.
Make a motion, we
Motion by
resolution.
Commissioner Hinton that we approve this request, $1,372.75, and of course this is from Beverly Logan, the Executive Director.
Second. Did I hear second?
Second by Commissioner Fields. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Aye. Okay, none opposed. Thank you. I'll go ahead and sign this.
No discussion.
Item number 12, this is our annual opportunity to consider and possibly approve the renewal of the statewide Automated Victim Notification Service Grant, or we refer to it as the SAVNS now, used to be the VINE grant. And this is a program that notifies victims anytime somebody is being released from jail or that they have moved or something like that, just to give them a heads up to be on the lookout of that person that was previously a problem for them. So I would recommend that we continue to work with this grant and that we continue to renew this. Motion by Commissioner Hockaday and second by Commissioner Fields to approve this SAVNS grant. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? And there are none. Item number 13, consider and possibly approve rescinding the previous ruling to close County Road 3925. I'll refer to Commissioner Hinton for some explanation on this.
Judge, I had that put on the agenda. I was doing some more research on it, and I did not get all the proper paperwork filled out and the posted times for the closure. So I make a motion we rescind it, and county will continue to upkeep that road.
Do you anticipate coming back and asking for closure, or are you just going to leave it open?
I'm just going to leave it open.
Okay. All right, any questions on that? Motion by Commissioner Hinton, second by Commissioner Hockaday to rescind that previous decision on closing 3925. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? And there's none. Item number 14, consider and possibly approve the donation of a retired vehicle from the Sheriff's Office to Chapel Hill ISD for use by the chief of their new police department. And we welcome you today to tell us about your new police department, and we will consider this request.
So we just started, first of all,
Good morning.
started our own police department out there. Essentially, it's just me right now. I know that they're going to hire more.
Will you introduce yourself to the crowd here for me?
I'm the chief of police for Chapel Hill Northeast Police Department. We're asking for the donation of a patrol car. We have, of course, this is our first year as a police department, so we've exhausted our funds on getting the police department set up and equipped and stuff like that for the first year. We're using the car for, number one, for visibility at the school, to deter any crime, anything. You see the patrol car sitting out there in front of the school, or driving around, working traffic in the school zones in the morning and the evenings. Also for transporting juveniles to the JP court if they go over and put them in. So it just make it easier on them and us. I have cars, transport myself. I have to get the sheriff department.
Okay. All right. I've done a little bit more research on this. And here's what I'm struggling with. Our sheriff takes such good care of those vehicles. They're in really good shape, relatively speaking, by the time he retires them. Sheriff, will you give us an idea what one of these, tell us, when do you retire a vehicle? What are the parameters that you use to decide when it's time to retire a vehicle?
Usually when we get about 100,000 miles on it, we get ready to retire on it, because remember, our 100,000 miles is not a regular 100,000 anyway, because we have like traffic stops. These cars are put run to the ringer. Now last year, what we did last year is we went and left the old lights on and tried to sell them to you, see it worked out fine. We had to put $10,000 per car. The only thing is, with the miles we have on them, we sold them. Usually as the department's not going back to what we found out is, I think a young man, a volunteer fireman or something, actually bought a car, rigged out, and lived in Longview. So another police agency didn't even buy the unit. And it don't surprise me, because that many miles, they usually know that you start having some major issues after that. You know, especially as far as people down their cars, like, you know, they get the transmission go out, and that's quite costly now. Now that don't mean they do go out. I mean, he's not going to use them like we used to, so it might last 10, 4 or 5 years with what he's going to use it for. But we got like $1,900 on the mistake last year. That's one we did.
You said $9,800, but you said you left a lot of equipment on it.
Yes, sir.
And why would you leave equipment on it rather than salvaging it and putting it on another vehicle?
Well, usually when you move the equipment, the lights are kind of faded from where they'll be, and it just saves problems. You don't have to, because when we need to make a traffic stop or we're in an emergency situation, we want to make sure the lights work. After about 5 or 6 years old, I mean, things that go wrong, you hit your switch, the lights will call, you get the lights work. It's just like anything else, we start getting age and whether it be, it's just a chance. So we put new stuff on it when you do it, which is about every 5 years or 6 years.
And that stuff's about $1,200.
Yeah, the whole thing is anywhere from that to $3,000, but it's worth paying because we have to go to market and work on it to get our stuff. So I think something a little bit out there, you can get there, we choose Marshall. It's basic communications, they're professional what they do, and they do a good job. But the thing is, we use them, when you keep good equipment like that, you just don't have any problems. So that's what's nice, we don't have to spend any money at all on repairs.
I think also, Judge, 16 cars? I think there's 16 cars for 40 years. So basically, about every 4 years.
About every 4 years.
Yeah, so what it is now, that does not mean we'll get $9,800 out this year. Last year, this young man bought it for personal use, I guess. I'm not sure if it's all confirmed or what. No police agency wanted that many miles on it. So, I mean, so
That's just you. That's the only one you've ever sold for that, though, right?
Yeah, the rest of them usually sell anywhere from $4,000.
Yeah, or less.
Or less, right? Yeah.
Judge, I'm gonna make a motion. We go ahead and give this car to Chapel Hill School, Independent School District, for them to use. And do you want something in this thing that comes back to you, or trade cars at some point and give you another one, or?
Well, now that money comes back to the general budget. If you guys want that, then we can do that because the money that will go from there comes back to the.
Well, I think the time they get through 4 or 5 years,
If he gets another one,
it won't be worth anything. You know,
we can swap it out and sell that car.
Yeah, that would probably be the best thing at 4 or 5 years. Just swap them back. Maybe if we still got one.
And the one he gives us back, we just sell them.
Yeah, now if you're gonna let him swap every year, then the one that he gives us back.
Well, I don't think they probably no more than they're going to drive it. Swapping every year is probably.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only use I would have for it really as far as traveling would be transport back and forth to the sheriff's office or JP's office, or if I had a training school I had to go to.
Yeah.
Or just working traffic from the school, run more than the need. It would be everyday use, controlling the county, or nothing like that. So I think that would be good to get it back, when you put the money back in the budget.
Yeah.
If he's gonna keep it 3 years, and give it back to you, 7 years on,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's worth.
Well,
I don't know if it's not $100 to give it to him, let him sell it for what if you
Well, we can make those future decisions at a later time. I will say this, I asked John Mark to take a look at this. He has not had a chance to give us a definitive answer. If there's anything that would prohibit us from making a donation like this, I'd like you to consider with final approval from our county attorney.
Well, we do everything else for another entity, so I can't see a problem doing it.
I've seen it done through Judge.
We've done it every way, so for all these years, it's been looked at, so I'm gonna still make.
You view them as the same as any of these other entities that we make a donation to?
Do what now, sir?
You view the Chapel Hill School District as similar or like any of these other entities that we donate a vehicle to?
Yeah.
Because it's going to give to the school, that's a nonprofit organization, and it's another police agency, so I'm sure we can give it to them. Now, if I was going to give it to him for his personal car, then that's what he's going to get.
Okay.
Yeah, it had to go over bid process in.
This is going to the police agency, so I think it's all right. But we can jump on, I'm sure, but I don't see people doing it, you know, it's not.
Well, I would think we could push John Mark to get me an answer here pretty quick. If you're comfortable moving on without his...
I'm comfortable with it.
All right.
We do need to put that car in there, but we do have to.
Yeah, it needs to be all transferred to Chapel Hill School. Yeah.
So they're taking care of the insurance and all of
Where they carry the insurance and do all the maintenance stuff.
Okay.
Christie will make sure it's all our.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We just need the number of which car it is to turn into the auditor's office where they can take it off the
Get
line.
that pretty quick, but you need to make sure you have to approve it. If you approve it, we get that pretty quick.
Any other
We're
questions?
talking about selling them a car or giving them a car?
Talking about giving them a car, giving them a retired vehicle that...
Change your mind? I didn't know we were talking about giving it to them.
No, this is
Selling it to them.
the motion is to donate.
No, I haven't changed my mind. This is totally up to you guys, what y'all want to do. We can possibly get, you working for $10,000.
Maybe.
But now, the decision to give it to them is not mine. That's totally y'all's decision. I don't have any say so whatsoever.
My motion was to give it to them.
I guess we got plenty. We got plenty of money.
It's more valuable after I talked to the sheriff than I thought it would be. I thought these were $2,000, $2,500 vehicles by the time we were done with them.
And this year they might be. Now, last year, we got like, what was it, probably 1,800, I think, was the other one. That's the highest that's ever been since I've been sheriff.
Most of them bring under $4,000 on RAM,
Right.
17, 15, 17,
We
$2,000.
put up bid insurance now, bring $2,500. We didn't
Right.
know. Last year, one brought
Was it something special? I mean, we just got lucky on that
The
one.
only thing we did different last year, we just left the console, the old console.
Well, there was obviously other bidders that were bidding it up to that value. What kind of car was it?
It's just a regular $600 to go buy.
You had one old enough that you were ready to sell it? I didn't know you had any that were that old. And that's what this one we would propose would be, a 6-cylinder Dodge Charger?
I stay confused. You know, we have a county tax. We lay it on our taxpayers to pay them. They have a school tax, Mount Pleasant, Harts Bluff, Rivercrest, Chapel Hill. They want something else. The county wants to donate that. Where in the world do we let up on the taxpayers? I mean, where do we get a break? The taxpayers I'm talking about. I'm always confused ever since I've been coming to this court. We just throw money around like we have lots of it. It's just amazing to me. Do what you want to, but I think it's wrong to be giving taxpayers' money away for every little thing that comes along. And it's disgusting, to tell you the truth, to me.
Okay.
Well, let me say this. The school, that does belong to the taxpayers. And the taxpayers do pay in that. If we can aid and assist somebody, I think we need to do that.
You mean if Chapel Hill wants to spend a ton of money, Harts Bluff people are to pay for it?
This is not a ton of money.
No, I'm saying, where's the controls? Where
Well,
do we control what this school at
Let me tell
Rivercrest
you.
decides they want to do it? They go up on their own tax rate.
Let's let Commissioner Fields finish.
Let me tell you something. If that officer being out there saves one child's life, it's worth everything we do. And I don't have a problem with this. I think it's a good program. And in our society today, I think it's that we have to look at doing this. Used to, you didn't worry about things like this, but times have changed. And I don't have a problem with it, and I second the motion.
Yeah, I already have a second. I have a...
Okay.
Only thing I'd say to this, it's a shame that we have to have police officers in the schools nowadays.
Indeed.
That's right.
Indeed.
I agree.
Well, regardless of how the vote comes out, Michael, I'd like to make a personal donation to help see you all get this, because I believe in this cause. But I must say, I don't see that it's the county's place to be making this donation. I've thought about this since you came to visit me, and I support what you're doing out there. I had 2 kids go to that school, and I think that it's great that you have started this department. This car is a little more valuable, I believe, than I had first anticipated, and for that reason, I'm not going to support this. It sounds like maybe we have enough votes here to get this done, but if not, I will be happy to contribute to your cause and get you all a car. Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner. Yes, ma'am.
When our police department was started in Winfield, a car was donated to us, but we paid $1 for it. This was several years ago, and we're still using that, and they refer to it as the dollar car.
The dollar car, okay. All right, I have a motion by Commissioner Hockaday. I believe I had a second by Commissioner Hinton. All those in favor of donating a retired Sheriff's Department vehicle to the newly created Chapel Hill Police Department, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have 3 and no? No. And we have 2 no's. It passes. Congratulations. We wish the best for your department and look forward to seeing, how that goes for you, and hope. All right. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. Item number 15. Consider and possibly approve a new deputy constable, Lisa Carol Tolan. We've got Cleve Johnson here to explain his request here.
Yes, sir. This is Lisa Tolan.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome.
I had one opening when my other reserve went to work with the sheriff's department. He's been over there for about a year now. So I just kept waiting until I found someone that I thought they would do good. She's also a certified EMT, and she can transport on females by herself when I'm tied up on something else. I think she'll be an asset to us. She has 2 associate's degrees also.
How many hours would you anticipate Lisa working with you?
I asked her to work 8 hours a week. She told me she'd probably work more than that. She's already been out these 3 weeks, just letting her ride around, showing her what we do. She's put in a little over 40 hours. She worked all night last night, got off at 6, and come up to work today before we'll get for this.
Okay.
Judge, I think it's good. I make that motion.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Fields, a second by Commissioner Hockaday. Cleve, what's the cost to the county on something like this?
It's going to cost us $35 to send in her L1. She's already bought her own uniforms later on. She's good for us, we might buy her a couple uniforms.
Okay. All right. Well, Lisa?
Is this a volunteer like Bobby Joe Spearman does?
Yes.
Same thing? Yeah. Tenfold.
Lisa, we thank you for your willingness to do something like this. Appreciate it. I've got a motion and a second. All in favor of approving Lisa Tolan to be Deputy Constable to work with Cleve Johnson, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And there are none. All right, thank you. Item number 16, consider and possibly approve the 2014 Titus County resolution regarding the Indigent Defense Grant Program. This is something we do each year. It's every 2 years we revise our Indigent Defense program that is submitted to the state, but as a matter of routine, we must approve this year's resolution so that we continue to utilize and receive the benefits from our Indigent Defense Grant Program. This is what helps us pay for attorneys that are appointed for court-appointed cases.
I make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Riddle,
Second.
Second by Commissioner Fields to approve our participation in the Indigent Defense Grant Program. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And there's none. We'll give this to Christie, and she can, she'll submit that electronically. Is there another place to sign? Oh, okay. Item number 17, consider and possibly approve travel and seminars. We've got quite a few here. We've got from the clerk's, from Judge McNutt's office. She is requesting to send Wendy Mercer to Experienced Court Personnel Seminar. This is a mandatory seminar from July 9 through the 11th. The registration fee of $100 plus per diems in the amount of $120, total of $220. She'll be carpooling with other personnel, which leads me to the second request, also from Judge McNutt, to send Michelle Livingston to the same program there in Rockwall in July. Same cost, $100 to register, $120 in per diem. And lastly, Irma Ayala, send her to the same program. They'll be, looks like, taking her vehicle, and so there's where the miles are. The three will be carpooling together. They're not sure what the hotel will cost. They want to get the registration fees paid now so they can get the cheaper rate. They'll request the hotel later time when they know how much that will cost. So those are the three from Judge McNutt's office. This is Leonard Rockwell, Elections Administrator, requests to attend election law seminar. This will be in Austin, December 3rd through the 6th. Is Leonard, is this mandatory or optional? You didn't indicate on here.
Well, we don't have anything for law that says training is mandatory, but I feel like it's necessary to change in the laws, conducting of the city and school elections.
Okay, so to clarify, it's not mandatory, but it is something that you recommend attending. All right, that is a 3-day event, so there will be, along with that, a registration fee of $155, 3 days of per diem at $40, and a hotel at $411. Taking a personal vehicle with associated mileage brings the total to $1,056.07. From Sheriff Ingram, we would like to send Chris Bragg and Terry McDowell to Lieutenant Investigator and Lieutenant Patrol. Lieutenant Investigator and Lieutenant Patrol would like to attend the state and federal legal update in Linden, Texas on the 29th of this month. $20 registration, $40, let's see, well, you haven't requested anything, it doesn't look like, for meals here. It's highlighted, but there's nothing filled in there. I guess since it's just a one-day travel over there to Linden, Texas. Okay, so the total cost there is just the registration fee. They'll take a county vehicle.
And that is mandatory, Judge. What we'll do with that, we'll actually come back, and that's why I'm sending them to, they'll actually teach it to others. So
Okay, great. All right, another request to send Stephanie Thomas, a jail corporal, to Correctional Mid-Management Leadership course in Huntsville. This is optional training, November 10 through the 15th. There's no registration fee. There's $40 worth of meals requested, taking a county vehicle. Okay, why would there not be more per diem? They provide meals. All right, $40 then for just the travel back and forth on those 2 half days, and then some fuel in the county vehicle. Also, to request from the sheriff to send Elias Gallardo, corrections officer, to Basic County Corrections course in Kilgore. That'll be during the dates November 4th through the 19th. We've got a $210 registration and testing fee, 6 days of per diem, be traveling in a county car back and forth to Kilgore. Approximate cost of the training totals $450. Requesting Courtney Turner to attend basic county corrections course in Texarkana. That will be between the dates of November 19th and December 4th. Also a $210 registration and test fee, $240 in meals, traveling by county car, again a $450 request. Diane Norris, County Clerk, requests to attend the V.G. Young Institute of County Government in College Station. This is mandatory training, January 13th through the 16th. She's requesting now only the registration cost of $165. Is that right? Just the registration fee for now?
Because now they won't let us reserve our rooms
Until you've paid that. Okay. Okay, Leonard, this looks like, is Kristen Little your employee? She is. This simply says, I am requesting money for mileage to go to a meeting in Greenville. That's all she's told me.
She's already been to our regional association.
So she's just asking, this has already occurred, she's asking to be reimbursed for the mileage that she traveled, which was a total of 138 miles. Okay. $77.97.
What was it for?
What was it for again?
Well, we have the Regional Association of Election Administrators, and we have training every 3 months. We post meetings here, so she had repeated her earlier work they let about that meeting and the training.
Okay. I think this is the last one here. We've got Judge Dyke is requesting to send Charity Jeffrey to court personnel seminar in Rockwall, July 9th through 11th of next year. At this time, they want to be able to pay the $100 registration fee to get her enrolled in that at the lower price. Those are all of the requests that I have at this time.
Make a motion we approve travel seminars.
Motion by Commissioner Hinton to approve these requests.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Fields. All in favor of these travel and seminar requests, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And there's none. Item number 18, approve oral and written reports of county officials.
Make a motion to approve reports.
Motion by Commissioner Hinton to approve these county written reports.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Fields. All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then there's none. Item number 19, consider and possibly approve our treasurer's report. Welcome back to our treasurer. Thank you.
Glad to see you. motion to approve treasurer's report.
Motion by Commissioner Hinton to approve the treasurer's report. I'll second the motion.
Okay.
All in favor of approval of the treasurer's report, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item number 20, approved budget amendments.
We have three, these are three for last year.
Okay, would you give us a kind of an explanation of those?
This is 39 through 41. Number 39 is to adjust the DA's assistant salary. He pays for all of that, but we missed the number a little bit, so I had to adjust what he was paying and what he was paying out. So it had no effect on the county, but that's number 39. Number 40 is to set up a new, a separate fund for the sheriff's bulletproof vest grant. Those grants are all approved in court, but I need to set up a separate line item for that. And then number 41 is just adjusting the loop construction budgets. Those have to be done periodically. This one was mainly for the management fees paid to Darien Financial Services.
Did you guarantee?
Financial Services. They handle the bond proceeds. Because we had like $100 million, you can't put that in the bank. So they have to handle the investments of those monies.
All right, these three budget amendments, I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Hockaday, second by Commissioner Hinton. All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item number 21, sign pay orders and approve payments.
Make a motion with pair of bills.
Motion by Commissioner Hinton, second by Commissioner Hockaday. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, down to the last item, closing comments. I'll start down on my right end. Commissioner Riddle?
None.
No comment. Commissioner Fields?
No.
Commissioner Hinton?
I'm good.
Commissioner Hockaday?
I don't have anything.
All right, let's see if I have anything to report. I don't think so. All right, thank you, everyone, for coming today. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hockaday and second by Commissioner Hinton. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.